Well, my movie maniacs, welcome back. It is that time. It is I, Mark the Movie Man. Welcome to the final cut. And today we are going to take a look at a indie horror film. I know, big surprise, right? I'm always scouring the interwebs, if you will, for new indie horror films. And this one hasn't been released yet, but we get an early look at Strip Club Massacre. How about that for a name, right? Gee, wonder what this is going to be about. Well, it may surprise you. We get the story of Megan, who's hit some really hard times. I mean, we open in this film and we just see how her life really takes a turn for the worst in just a very short amount of time. Well, Megan goes and visits her friend, and her friend has a boyfriend who runs a strip club, or helps run a strip club. And so Megan, needing some money, decides to work at this strip club where she crosses paths with Jazz, probably one of the most vicious female characters you'll ever meet, and Jazz's hanger-ons, who aren't quite nice to the new girls that they don't like. And, well, we see how she just tries to get along with them, but little does she know at first that there's something creepy and nasty going on that Jazz and the girls do to those they don't like. And as those secrets are revealed, we see how Megan tries to deal with this, and all the while wanting to hold her job at the strip club. Strip Club Massacre is the first film brought to us by Bob Clark, who co-wrote the script with Bruce Kilroy. And one of the things that surprised me was, well, I mean, from this title you can tell there's going to be boobs, blood, and body count. You're going to get that, okay? But what surprised me in a film with this title and that is that there's actually a solid story here, namely with the Megan character, played by Alicia Watson, who I believe this is her first film. Really enjoyed her performance. She felt, it felt real. I liked the delivery of her dialogue in that, and also for her to be the kind of the main character of this film outside of Jazz, who's the main villain, if you will, of this film. I really appreciate that and thought she did well. Everybody does well in here. Now, the Jazz character is played by actress who we've seen in a number of films before, a veteran actress, Erin Brown. We saw her in Theta States. She embodies like every troll you ever saw in the internet or every Mean Girl film. Take the Mean Girl character, and it embodies that in the Jazz character, and I loved that. They just make you hate this character, and you're supposed to. And they establish those feelings very well in the audience with this character, and that's because of the performance of Erin Brown. Now, there are some very brutal torture scenes in here, and the gore effects in here where they are used, the practical effects, I thought looked really good, very visceral, and again, there's some gratuitous nudity in here as well. But with a film like this, with that name, what are you going to have, right? You can't have that nudity with the Strip Club Massacre title. So you do have some of those elements in here. One of the things, though, with it being a micro-budget film, is it does hit some of those shortfalls that micro-budget films have, namely in the audio. Some of the audio in parts of this film felt a little off in the mix, it just a little bit noticeable in lower quality in the audio, I will say. Visually, I thought it was fine. The sets were well lit. You could see what was going on. And the direction and the pacing of this film, it moves along fairly well. It doesn't really feel like it slows down at all. It stays at a steady pace, and I like that quite a bit. So there's a lot of good things to enjoy here in Strip Club Massacre besides on the surface elements. And I really appreciate this, especially for a first-time out project for Bob Clark. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can come up with next, because I see a lot of potential here and a lot of talent, and Strip Club Massacre was fun, I will say. So, especially how it ended. I really enjoyed how it ended. So, if you like micro-budget films and you like the title of this film, well, then you'll want to keep an eye out for Strip Club Massacre. So, that'll about do it for us here. Thank you so much for visiting our little sliver of the internet. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.